Hello everyone, welcome back to my socials. Today we are going to be talking about a very critical topic, something that a lot of people tend to do in January, and that is fasting. And I'll just start off by giving my personal story. Um, so I recently started fasting. It's been a couple of months now, not yet a year. And for me, it was a very interesting journey because I found myself in this group of believers, and then they did have this culture of fasting, but for me, I didn't have this culture of fasting because of my upbringing, where I've been going to church previously. We've not really been doing these fastings, and so it was like, yep, we're going to be fasting. We'll do the fast for 3 days, 6 to 6. And I was like, cool, that is fine. 6 to 6, I can manage. 12 hours, I can manage. And so I started the fast. We completed that one for 3 days. We progressed now after a period of time, went to 7 days, still 6 to 6. Was fine. I was managing pretty well, and we'd also been advised, if you feel you can make it for one reason or another, you can break your fast at 3 p.m. And so initially I did used to break my fast at 3 p.m. because obviously I was a newbie. Then so we started off with a 3-day fast, progressed on to the 7-day fast, and now got to a point where we did a 21-day fast. And in the course of that 21-day fast is about halfway through is when I realized I've been fasting wrong, because yes, there's actually a wrong way of fasting. And so guys, this is what I used to do. It was 6 to 6, so it needed to be like 12 hours. So I'd say let me do 7 to 7 in my case. So I wake up. Let me tell you guys, I would make breakfast and eat that breakfast at 6 in the morning. So I'm like, okay, it's now 7, I'm done with my breakfast. Nice, the fast now begins. I'm beginning a fast on a full stomach, not knowing that isn't how it's supposed to be. I knew this other aspects of fasting. I knew, you're not supposed to walk around just looking like you're starving, carry yourself with esteem. I knew you should be kind to others, you should treat other people nicely, don't be mean to people. I knew if it's that money that you're saving, lunch money or breakfast money, you can help someone with that money. I knew all of those things. Read your Bibles, stay in a place of prayer during that period where you're fasting, because if you're not in a place of prayer, if you're not trying to develop yourself spiritually, to get to know more about Christ, you are either on a hunger strike or you are doing intermittent fasting. And me, I was doing just child's play. I think even kids fast better than I used to fast. And so number one, I would wake up and have a whole meal, and let me tell you guys, I would eat heavy. Because I was used to, I'll have breakfast at 10 a.m. I'll have a snack at 1 p.m. I'll have lunch, then I'll come home, then I'll have like my dinner. So I'll be home by around 6, have my dinner, and a few snacks here and there in the house. And that was my life for a very long time. So when it gets to fasting, I know, okay, so nobody told me I shouldn't eat breakfast. They just said it's 6 to 6. Maybe I should do 7 to 7. Still cool. And so I was waking up and feeling my stomach, and then I would really eat a heavy breakfast. Let me tell you guys, by 10 a.m. I was hungry. The body was just used to, at this particular time you're eating was a struggle. So that's why I initially used to do the fast and break the fast at 3 p.m. I used to break the fast wrong. I did not know you need to break a fast by having Holy Communion. I did not know that. I knew that like in the middle of the 21-day fast, because it was kind of like one of the longest fasts we did. We went on to even do a couple of 40-day fasts, but that 21-day fast really taught me a lot. So I wasn't breaking my fast with communion, and it was the strangest thing when I realized you could give yourself communion. Because where I've grown up, the church I've grown up in, you don't give yourself communion. We have what we call motaratara. We have systems in place. This hand goes over this one like this. Don't walk there and give yourself Holy Communion. Mchungaji has to be there. If the mchungaji is not there, there's a reverend. If the reverend is not there, there is no Holy Communion, my friends. Hey, Holy Communion used to be not every Sunday of the month, because this is happening on Sundays. Sometimes maybe one Sunday in a month, sometimes maybe 2 Sundays in a month. So now this is a situation where I need to do this daily. So I'm just like, where do I get wafers? Where do I get church wine? I didn't know you can have communion without wafers or church wine. And it was actually a learning process for me, very eye-opening. So if you do not have wafers, you can have like a piece of cake, a small piece of cake. You can have a biscuit, you can have some bread. If you don't have church wine, you can even use soda, you can use juice, you can use water. I didn't know those things. I think in high school I used to hear people saying in their churches they take Ribena, and I was like, oh my god, you're joking. What do you mean that you take Holy Communion with Ribena? Ribena is representing the blood. But yep, it's actually a thing, guys. That's how you need to break your fast. You need to share in the breaking of the bread, just as Christ did with his disciples. And what else did I come to learn? So I came to learn, basically, if you're having a 6 to 6 fast, you're probably sipping water throughout the day. If you feel like your energy is dipping, you can have a sweet. You can also choose to have some sort of Daniel fast. That means during the fasting window, you're probably having some fruits, some veggies. That is, if you're unwell, you need to take some medicine, because some medicine I know requires you to take it when you have something in your stomach, or if you're a nursing mom. Yeah, there are some few exclusions here and there. And so basically 6 to 6 means you're having one meal, and you're having one meal in the evening. So that means if I come home at like 7 p.m, that's when I'm breaking my fast. So I'm gonna have my dinner, and then maybe do whatever else I need to do as at that time till my bedtime, go to sleep, wake up in the morning, prepare to go to work, have a full day at work. And then in the course of all that, make sure you're reading the word, make sure you are praying, you're just spending your time in the presence of the Lord, and then come back home in the evening. That's when you have the other meal. So that's actually how a 6 to 6 fast works. You can have your fluids during the day if it's not a dry fast. If it's a dry fast, recommended is 3 days. That's also what is referred to as the Esther fast. 3 days with no water. You can stretch to 7 days if you feel, the glory of the Lord is upon you. He's given you that grace. You can stretch to 7 days without water, which is pretty dangerous, and it's actually advisable. Don't stress yourself too much. If your body feels it wants that water and you really can't do without it, please have some water. You don't want this to be a medical case, a medical emergency. And then there's the Daniel fast, where instead of having like the whole balanced diet with carbs, proteins, your veggies and whatever, you're just having veg and fruit. Yeah, so it's more of like a plant-based diet. Yeah, you can choose to have that instead. So there are many different ways of fasting, but you need to fast correctly, and the nitty-gritties is actually knowing how do I do it. And so the whole essence of fasting is basically to kind of like develop yourself spiritually, open yourself spiritually, makes you more sensitive in the spirit. You get to receive more from God. Okay, the Lord is always talking to you, but because of your flesh, sometimes you don't pick it up. So you get to pick up more from God. Fasting is just for you. It's just silencing your flesh so that you can operate more from the spirit, from the dimension of really hearing from God what he needs you to do. And yeah, that's all I wanted to share. I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.